Hello one, hello all. Today we have a fantastic haul. See, this time I did it correctly. But I'm also looking for my knife and I'm sniffing around for it. Oh, there it is. These things can be tricky to find, especially when you step on them and you lose a toe. You know, don't do that. Don't lose your knife. That's all I can say about that. Let's open her up. And, just like don't lose a knife, don't lose a packaged USPS. It looks like they almost lost this package. I think it's probably Rightstuf's fault because it is like literally falling apart. Rightstuf has done a bad job with their packing lately, in my opinion. But, that's just one man manga boy. I mean, he doesn't order that much manga after all, so what would he know, right? No, they really need to get this shit together. It's bad. Whoa. I was just reading this. This manga is super good. Check this out if you guys have never heard of it. Worth it. Let me move all this stuff out of the way and we'll get to the next box. And here we are with the next box. Whoa, that was quick. How do I do it? And again, mail had to take this up. Ooh, okay. All right. This series, this is good. This is better. But this has been good. It's been really slow with the releases, so if you haven't heard of it, strongly recommend. Yeah, okay, we'll talk more about this in a second. And a third box from Rightstuf. All in one manga haul. This is like a world record for Man Manga Boy these days. I don't usually open this many in a video because it makes the videos insanely long, but lately I've been getting a lot of attention, so I think you guys might actually like me or something. Oh, look at that, a nice little panda bear. Ooh, a berserker. Yeah, okay, we got some cool stuff here. There's only one more box to go. We're almost there. Okay, so this one I'm not really quite sure what it is. All I know is it says it's from a Labyrinth Books. So I'm gonna open it up and see. I kind of think I know what it is, but like at the same time, I don't think it's that, but it could be. Oh, it is. Oh, okay. Cool. This is great. So they sent me a free comic book day manga, which is nice. Got a little bent because of the box, but whatever. This is a neat one because it's got the Naruto in it, as well as Samurai 8. Let's see, it looks like this is from the free comic book day of when? I'm not sure. But it must be, I don't know, sometime before Samurai 8 came out because Samurai 8's in here and they're acting like it's brand new. So yeah, cool. So this manga came in like super fast. Let me just pop this open real quick. I don't know why they sent me an old free comic book day comic, but I'll take it. I wish I could see. I mean, I guess they couldn't sell it, right? So they were like, fuck it. So yeah, I grabbed this because I grabbed them all from Vertical Comics, but 1 and 6 are out of stock. If you appreciate how we packed this order, please leave us a 5-star rating. Thank you. Labyrinth is a small family-run business. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Yeah, no, they did a really good job. They drew a little cool Batman right there. But yeah, they packed it really well, so I'll be rating them 5 stars. This comic looks like it's in pristine. this manga looks like it's pristine. It's called Card Fighter Vanguard. This is a Vertical published comic book I keep saying comic book because this is a comic book place. Manga that is kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh style card game. They play the card game and they get transported to another world. It was fairly popular in Japan. I don't think it's quite as popular as Shadowverse or as Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. But I did want to grab it because Vertical is going out of print with this stuff. I'm pretty sure it didn't sell super good here. There are a few sequel series to it that never came out, which, depending on how I like this, I may or may not print. The spines look like they would be really easy to replicate. And I mean, the backs are, well, I guess I don't really know, but they look like they're just the regular Japanese backs. So that would be an easy one to self-print. Anyways, let's talk about this manga, show you guys what I got real quick. let me just organize things and then we'll get going. Hey, what the heck did I get? What's up my sleeve today? We've got Ranma 1/2, okay? Volume 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 13 and 14, missing 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11, 12. I have 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27, 28, missing the last few volumes as well. I do obviously have most of them right here. I got these all on sale from Rightstuf during their Viz Media Publisher sale. I did not expect them to come in quite so soon, but they did, and I'm glad that they did. Obviously, I am missing a few of them, and I knew that I would be when I ordered them, but that's no big deal. I just put in half of them in my cart, and I was like, fuck it, might as well just get them all. And I know what you guys are thinking, this guy's a fucking animal. And it's like, listen, guys, okay, one of these days I'm gonna read, some of my manga, okay? You'll see it. But, like, I just wanted to have all of Rumiko Takahashi's main works. Ranma 1/2 was one of the major ones I was missing. At this point, I think the only one I'm missing is Renee. I'm really hoping for some sort of an omnibus release. It's one of the few series that Rumiko Takahashi has released that doesn't have an omnibus at this point. So fingers crossed for an omni release. If they don't ever release one, whatever. But I have Inuyasha, I've got Urusei Yatsura, I've got Mermaid Saga. These all have omnibus setups. The only one that really doesn't at this point is Mao and Renee. So Mao is currently coming out as in Japan and in English, but that is kind of how it goes right now. So fingers crossed that Renee, which I think recently finished, is going to get an omni release, but we'll see. Roxy Gets Serious Volume 9. I just got Volume 6 in the other day, so I'm glad to have 9. I need to double check to make sure I have 7 and 8, I guess. But I think I do. You can see there are a few color pages at the beginning here. I know I don't usually like to show them, and then I just did it instinctively at the beginning, but hold on, okay? My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero Volume 4. I really enjoy this series. Strongly recommend check it out. The title's pretty much in the... this plot is pretty much in the title, but there is obviously more to it than that. Machimaho. I messed up and made the wrong person into a magical girl. This series is really good. It's very epic. Kind of some serious Gurren Lagann vibes. With the, fuck this bullshit, I can do this, you got trash, and I'll kill you, and then get the power up and kill them, even though it's like, wait, how? That kind of thing. I really like that. One of my favorite kind of tropes in manga. Mao, Volume 11 by Rumiko Takahashi. I've been thinking the story's been just kind of okay at this point. Hinamatsuri, Volume 18. This might be the final volume, not sure. Bungo Stray Dogs, Beast, Volume 4. This is a thick boy here. Wow. I don't know if that's the last one or not, but it's really thick. Fire Force, Volume 32. I cannot wait to read this. I have been really loving Fire Force at this point. Hopefully 32 continues to carry that on. My Hero Academy, Vigilantes. I don't believe that this is the last volume, but I do believe that we are getting pretty close to it. Can confirm it is not the last volume. My Hero Academia, Volume 34. Not as good, in my opinion, as Vigilantes. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 7. This has been okay. I've kind of actually become less and less interested in it the more that comes out. I think I'm just kind of tired of that story at this point. They aren't going in the direction where I really thought it was going to go. Junji Ito's Cat Diary, Yon and Mu. This is the hardcover edition, obviously. I've heard this is very funny, especially if you like cats, which I have cats. It looks like this is kind of like a flocked or just one of the things, what's it called, where it's got texture to it on the cover. So it's pretty neat to touch, actually, and you can probably see a little bit of it. There's some gloss to it and some rougher edges, like on the face here. So this is actually a pretty nice release. I don't think I've ever seen anyone unbox it. I've seen people have the previous one. Dreaming Sun Volume 7. Been missing a few of these by the same creators, Orange. Glad to get them in. To Love Ru, Darkness, 8 and 9. This is the sequel to To Love Ru. I heard that this is pretty steamy. Written by the same person who wrote and drew Ayakashi Triangle, as well as Black Cat, more of an ecchi manga apparently. Speaking of ecchi manga, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs 22. I was missing this volume. No, I'm not. Don't recommend getting this series. Berserk, the official guidebook. This is going to be included in the Berserk Deluxe Edition. The only reason I got it was the stupidest reason ever, but it's just so I have a complete Berserk singles collection because I'm a fucking dweeb. Beyond the Clouds by Neek, the girl who fell from the sky. 3 and 4. I got these because the covers look absolutely beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Drifting Dragons as well as Which Had Atelier. I've heard great things about this series, as well as Go With the Clouds, North by Northwest or something like that. Shikimori is not just a cutie, 9, 10, 11. This was all I was missing for some reason. I was missing these 3, but I guess now I'm not. Again, I got these when they were on sale. I think it might have been a Valentine's Day thing or something like that. I don't remember. But I read a few chapters of Volume 1. It was pretty good so far. I'm pretty excited to continue reading it, but it's, I got a lot of stuff going on. Dark Gathering Volume 1. This manga sounded very interesting by Shonen Jump. As you may know, I try to collect every single Shonen Jump volume. I have them all right now, as they are out anyway, so I'm very proud of that accomplishment. Usotoki Rhetoric Volume 3. I haven't read Volume 2 yet, but I really liked Volume 1. Reminded me a lot of something called oh shoot, what's it called? It's gonna kill me. Poker Face. Yes, Poker Face. It reminds me a lot of Poker Face. Twin Star Exorcist Volume 28. Is that their child on the cover? That could be cool. It might not be, but it's just, I'm thinking maybe it is. Twin Star Exorcist was pretty good when I was watching it, and now that I'm going to be reading it pretty soon, I'm excited to see where it goes. Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 10. One of the few volumes I'm missing of Snow White and the Red Hair. Glad to have that. My Love Story, Volume 12. This is the only volume I was missing of My Love Story. So really happy to have this in here. I can finally give this a read. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I'm only missing like one volume for my high school debut, so that's great. Eden Zero, Volume 22. Shiki looks fucking amazing here. Whoa. Looks like he's going to be fighting Ziggy's 4 main guys there. So yeah, excited to read this for sure. The last volume, I didn't really like it as much because it didn't get to show off anyone's powers yet from the time skip. But yes, there's a time skip. I know, shocking spoiler. No one saw that coming, especially from the fact that Volume 21 has a clearly aged up Shiki on it. Kimono GN, so I think anyone who was going to read it knows that already. Volume 5. This story is very dark. I know this looks like a bubbly, androgynous woman on here, but it's actually a very serious, dark, fucked up manga. Definitely recommend it if you like scary stories. Inspector Volume 17. I'm still missing Volume 6, I believe. 5 or 6, something like that. So I won't be reading this anytime soon, but I do like Inspector quite a lot. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon, Sword Oratoria, Volume 19. This is a side story. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, Volume 1. I've heard nothing but good things about this from one of my friends in my Discord server, or a Discord server I frequent, I should probably say. Seems to really like the series a lot, so I'm excited to read it. And then we have a huge stack here of stuff. Okay, we've got Black Lagoon, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 5. Wait, where's 4? Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8, Volume 9, Volume 11. Where's 10? Volume 12. So we almost got them all. We're just missing a few of them. I don't know why one of them is all bent and shit, but I think it's probably because the plastic has it kind of compressed, so I'll probably open that up. But whatever. It's not a big deal because it's got time to flatten, and by the time I get the other ones in, it'll probably be flat. Case Study of Vanitas, Volume 2 by the same author as Pandora Hearts. I'm running out of room. Elusive Samurai Volume 6. This series was really good, then it got to be okay. Orient Volume 14. I've been really enjoying the story, actually, especially when they got to that nice war arc where you got this cool upgrade. Blue Box Volume 4, the latest, sports manga by Jump. Really enjoying that lately. Helk Volume 3. This is a fun kind of parody on human heroes defeating the Demon Lord. Tokyo Aliens Volume 3. This is really a good series. This is the main character on the cover here. Looks like he may have his weapon, so that'd be great because they didn't tell us what that was yet. Volume 8 of Arifureta from World's Commonplace 0. I think that this is one of the last volumes of it. They're pretty much at the end of Zero, so that's cool. One Punch Man Volume 25. This series you just literally cruise through in a second. I've been loving it. And Cardcaptor Sakura Volume 13. So yeah, that is everything. Let's go into it, show you guys a few pages of these manga. So Cardcaptor Sakura 13. Clear Card is the continuation of Cardcaptor Sakura, obviously. It started to be rebooted again like 2018, 19, something like that. Right around the same time as the pandemic, I believe, because once I started getting back into manga is when I started noticing it. I've heard pretty good things about this series so far, but I think most people hold the original in higher regard, as is usual. One Punch Man, I mean, what needs to be said? The artwork is absolutely terrific. The action is absolutely terrific. And Gao is like turning into a monster or something. So I'm really excited to see how that all unfolds. I've heard great things online about it. I refer to Zero, one of the original OG Granddaddy animes, and this is a prequel to it. So yeah, you know, I've got to have that on my shelf. A few colored pages at the beginning, pretty common for 7 Seas. Tokyo Aliens, this is a newer manga by Square Enix. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's very funny. It's got very good art style, in my opinion. That reminds me of Reborn. The style of the story kind of reminds me a lot of like Jackie Chan Adventures, how there's this like underground organization that's helping aliens. Instead of aliens and Jackie Chan Adventures, it's like talismans and ancient magic. But this is going to help keep people and aliens kind of separated and hidden from each other. And if you don't have a visa and you're an alien, then you're kicked out and they got to do the job, kind of like border control. Hulk Volume 3. I didn't read the last Hulk, but the first one that I read was pretty funny. Mainly the main hero is trying to become the Demon Lord because he hates humans, supposedly. And one of the Demon Lord's like main henchmen is like, listen, this guy is blatantly a hero and he's just using us to get to the Demon Lord so then he can kill him easily. And so it's a pretty comedic adventure, to say the least. Blue Box is about this guy who's in the badminton tournament or nationals. He's trying to get to nationals, and this girl he likes is trying to get into a women's basketball. And they're trying to be like the best that they can be before he like announces his love to her. It kind of reminds me a lot of Barakamon. Definitely check it out. It's been a lot of fun so far. Orient Volume 14. Again, I really have liked the series quite a lot. There's always a lot of action in it, especially lately. There's been a lot of twists and turns in it that I would not have expected. You can see that the manga gets quite a bit more grotesque as well, which is cool. It does start off very slow. I would say wait till like Volume 4 or 5 before things get going. But once you get involved with the Obsidian Order, I believe they're called, it starts to pick up. Volume 6 of Elusive Samurai. I've got to say there's a lot of lore to this story because they're trying to make sure that you're up to date on the history of Japan, but so you can understand what's happening. And that is kind of a slog to read through, but it is a pretty good story from where I was reading. But the last volume and the volume before that kind of killed my enjoyment. Well, not my enjoyment, but I had like a nice streak of I love it, I love it, I love it to like, you know, so one of those issues. Here we have Case Study of Vanitas. I don't know much about it, but I did read Pandora Box, Pandora Box, or Pandora Heart. I forget which it is now. You know, I really liked it, but I really only liked it past like, I don't know, what was it, like halfway through or so, 3/4 of the way through. It got really good, and the ending was superb. So hopefully this just starts off really good, and then I don't have to worry about that. Black Lagoon. Let's just talk about this series real quick. I've known about it ever since I was like growing up. People used to always watch it. Maybe not watch it. Maybe they would read it. I don't really remember, but I think they watched it, and the anime doesn't do a super good job of adapting the manga from what I understood. So I never like really got into it. And then the manga existed, and I was like, wow, this series is old, and there's only like 13 volumes out. What the hell? And then I was like, I'm going to take my time getting it. And so it's been like literally years since I've had it on my watch list. So then I decided to finally grab it just before, you know, maybe it goes out of print. I know it recently got a reprint. I don't know how many more reprints it's got left in it. I don't know how popular this series is anymore. So that's why I wanted to grab it before that happened. The artwork on the covers looks really good. Innards actually look pretty good as well. This is a nice, sleek looking cover design with the black, and then the colors kind of like pop because of the overlay on it, which is really good. So I think it's a very well designed manga, at least in terms of aesthetics. If I was on the you know, shelves of Barnes & Noble, I'd probably want to pick it up. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. From what I understand, this is like like a Prince and the Pauper situation where the prince of the demon world kind of switches place with Iruma, at least from what I understand, but I'm not quite exactly sure what that is. I've heard the series starts off kind of like a gag, but then gets like amazingly good pretty quickly, so I'm pretty much in it for the amazingly good like action scenes and stuff like that. We'll see if they exist or not, but I heard Prof Otaku read it and he really liked it. Volume 19 of Sword Oratoria. This series, again, very popular. The anime does not cover all the way up to here, from what I understood. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to read through the series when I finally can, but I was a fan of the anime when I was reading it. Inspector, Volume 17. This is a denser story, to say the least. You can kind of see just like no matter what page I open up to, there's like a ton of text. This is more of a detective supernatural series. It is a lot of fun, but you have to know that there's a lot of words going into it. It is not going to be a quick read. Kimono Jihen, like I mentioned, this is a very bloody, gory, scary kind of a manga. There are a lot of fucked up things in it, like a lot of like trigger warnings. If you are, worried about any of that, then yes, it is involved in here. Whether or not your trigger warning is something tame or something ridiculous that you think you've never seen a manga, yes, it's in here. I guarantee it. There's a lot of bad stuff in there. This should not be read by kids. This is older teen, 15 up. This should be grown-ass men, ghost ship, fucking 21 plus on here. I swear to God, it's going to give people nightmares. Eden Zero, Volume 22. Eden Zero has been a great series. I really have liked this more than Fairy Tail by a lot. I like to kind of say it's more like Rave Master than Fairy Tail. Maybe that's why the author is already finishing it up. Not sure. But, oh, look, you can see this guy here from Rave Master. That's cool. But yeah, I'm excited to give this a finishing read, but I'm caught up to it at this point, so I just have to read that one. The last chapter, there came back from a time skip, like I mentioned earlier, and I was really expecting more than what we got, but still is worth reading, still pretty good. My Love Story, another series that I have heard nothing but good things about in the past, so yeah, excited to give this a read, of course, as well. This series is about this big goofy Gus right here. He gets this cute girl to kind of crush on him, and then he's trying to think that she wants to date his friend, and then it's like this big triangle because of his misunderstanding. And so yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. Snow White with the red hair. This seems like a fun fantasy shoujo manga, which I'm excited to read through it. I am still missing a few volumes, but we're just about there. Don't know much else about it than that, and I didn't really want to know much more else about it. Twin Star Exorcist is about the two characters here that are supposed to be able to marry each other, or at the very least have a child that will save the world. However, the two characters do not like each other one bit, but they are also like the two best exorcists that they have in the world, so they are stuck with it. I know there's a time skip involved. I don't know what goes on, but I'm excited to read it. I have seen a lot of it, or I saw most of the anime, and so I'm really excited to read it so I can get towards the end of it. I know it is ending pretty soon, or at the very least it's in the last arc. Usotoki Rhetoric, the main character can kind of tell if somebody's lying or not, and they are working in a detective agency. I got a lot of detective manga. And they are hoping to kind of, I don't know that there's really a main plot at this point, but it seems like they're trying to get money to survive, but I don't know. I think there's more to it. Dark Gathering, I'm not sure too much about this manga other than kind of the summary in the back, but it does look pretty spooky, creepy, crawly. You can see this guy's getting choked. You can see the girl has skulls for eyes. You can see the art's pretty good. I haven't read this yet, but I am excited to read it. I've heard online good things about it, at least in Japan. Hopefully they carry over here, and they're still doing well. It's a newer series, so obviously, subject to change, at least the Japanese public opinion. This is a fun, kind of jokey, lighthearted title by Junji Ito and his cats. So I have cats, so I'm excited to read this. Apparently it's a lot of fun and funny stories. It's the hardcover edition, which I really wanted to get because I like cats. And yeah, so now I have it. Now I have the cat book. Shikimori is not just a cutie. Kind of reminded me a lot of Nagatoro from what I've read so far. It's about this girl who is actually already the main character's girlfriend. and the antics they get into. That's pretty much about all I know of it at this point. It's more of a episodic manga, or what's the word for it? Kind of like a four-koma, so it's a bunch of short stories all kind of tied together. I don't know that there's even a plot at the beginning. It doesn't seem like it, but it must evolve into one, but we'll see how that occurs. Right now, you know, happy to have it, and I was happy to keep reading it. Beyond the Clouds, 3 and 4 missing. I think I have actually volume 2, so I think this will actually cover it. This artwork is gorgeous. It looks like it's watercolors, and then they made it black and white. Yeah, really excited to read it. I've heard nothing but good things about this series. Some people even put it on their top 10. So yeah, it looks like a fun kind of mythical story, and again, at only 4 volumes, it's super short and a pretty easy buy. Berserk guidebook. I heard that this is not that great, but it will be included in the deluxe edition. I really, just like I mentioned, only got it so I could have like a complete singles collection. It's a very dumb reason to get this book. I wouldn't get it if you get the collector's editions or the deluxe editions, whatever they're called. Much better to just get that way. I don't know why this isn't wrapped up. I mean, I'm sure going to open it up and there's boobs everywhere. Wow, actually, yep. Yep, actually there is. Good. Yeah, so I'm not going to show you guys any pages, but this series I'm not a big fan of. If you like harem manga, well, guess what this fucking is. Yeah. Speaking of harem manga, yep, 8 and 9 right here of To Love Ru Darkness. I really like Daikashi Triangle, and I also was a huge fan of Black Cat. So I thought I would grab this series. I heard that it's good, but not great. And I heard To Love Ru Darkness is pretty much porn. So that's, you know, disheartening. Hopefully it's not. But I heard the main series was a lot more action and plot-oriented. We'll see if that's true. Dreamin' Sun, again by the same author as Orange. I'm missing still a few volumes of this, but we are slowly catching them up. I do have them all ordered. I ordered them a while ago now. So they're just slowly kind of arriving in. Kubo Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 7. The series is ending very soon, so we're getting pretty close to the end. The main character is like really opening up and becoming not invisible anymore, and he's like becoming more and more comfortable with Kubo and friends, so it's getting kind of boring for me at this point because of that. It's like the story seems like it's just about done. So we'll see if they can bring me back in, but it's just okay. It really starts off as something great in my opinion, but then it just doesn't come back to that level, which is too bad. My Hero Academia. This is the American edition, volume 34. You can see here. I think her name's Morning Glory or Stars and Stripes, something like that. She's on the cover here, which is great. I've heard that this gets really crazy. I don't know much about it. I'm not caught up, but this I am caught up, and this gets really crazy. This is really good. If you're not, I'm gonna turn this a little bit more this way. If you're not reading this series, you should definitely check it out. In my opinion, it's been better than My Hero Academia. We are getting to the end. We are currently in the final fight. You can see that the artwork is actually quite good as well. I don't know why people don't read this, but it's super good. I really recommend it. There's a lot of heroes that show up from the main series as well. And the origin story to Eraserhead and President Mike is in it as well. Not Nomu, but the guy who teleports, I forget his name. But his origin is also involved there as well. I think the anime adapted that story arc from this manga, not even the main manga. And so I just can't believe there's not an anime for it yet, at the very least. Volume 32 of Fire Force. This series has been off the fucking wall. Literally, it's been in space and back, okay? It's been absolutely insane. If you are not reading Fire Force at this point, you need to reevaluate your life choices. Look at these sexy hunks in those box of briefs, okay? They're firefighters. That's going on the calendar. But this series has literally taken the powers to the next level. It is approaching Dragon Ball / Gurren Lagann levels of power levels here. Bungo Stray Dogs. Wow, that looks really cool. Beast. I believe this is a prequel to the main series. It looks really cool. I haven't read any of Beast yet, but I have watched a lot of the main series. I think I'm on season 4, so I'm caught pretty much up to it, just missing one season. Hina Matsuri, again, not sure if this is the last volume or not, but I've heard nothing but silly things about it, and excited to read it because of that. Mao, volume 11. Mao is a series about this girl who goes back in time, and she meets this guy and this cat demon, and then she gets possessed by the cat demon. This guy's like, wow, you're here? I'm also possessed by the cat demon. And he looked kind of like Renee from Renee, and or whatever his name is. I haven't read Renee, so I don't know his name. And they have to prevent spirits from getting into the main world, to her present world, and they have to figure out what happened with the cat demon. And yeah, it kind of sounds like Inuyasha mixed with a few other manga that Rumiko Takahashi made, right? Well, that's kind of the main issue that I'm having with the series. It just seems like a blend of previous Rumiko Takahashi works, but not executed quite as well. I mean, we'll see if it does continue to pick up, but a few of the volumes have been pretty good lately. Machi Maho, I know this looks like just straight up like a porn of some kind, but it's not at all. This has been a absolutely wild, insane ride. You can see a lot of black ink and everything like that. The main character is hilarious and also ridiculously powerful. We find out that the gods are not who they seem. We find out that the devils are not who they seem. And is it all one big setup? Who even knows? We find out that her friends are total gag masters. They're hilarious. I love her friends. So I can't wait to read more of that series. This series is really kind of cool. The main character is an assassin with really good stats, and he even outclasses the hero, and then everyone starts to fall for this kingdom, and this guy's like, no, the kingdom's fucked. And then he's like, there's not something wrong about it. So he leaves, and everyone else is starting, like, kind of realizing things are weird, and they're being corrupted by this kingdom. So it's been pretty cool so far. Mushoku Tensei Roxy Get Serious Volume 9. This series, again, looks kind of like a comedy spinoff of Mushoku Tensei, of course, following Rudeus's main teacher, Rudeus's main teacher, I guess I should say, and kind of her getting, I guess, serious, but it doesn't look like she's too serious. Who knows? And then, of course, Rama 1/2. This series, one of the older versions of Rumiko Takahashi's works, reprinted in a nice omnibus edition. There's a few different editions you can get of this series as well. This series is about a main character who is like a kung fu artist, and his master, when they touch water, he turns into a woman, he turns into a panda. It seems like it's a lot of fun, but also people have said it's one of the better martial arts mangas out there. So yeah, I'm excited to read it. I generally like Rumiko Takahashi's works. Mao's probably the only one so far that I've read that I've been like kind of meh about. So yeah, can't wait to give that a read when I have them all in. And then lastly, we have Card Fighter Vanguard. Again, this is a pretty short series. They have most of it in print. Only volume 1 and 5 are out of print, and I was able to get them actually a little bit cheaper than retail. Just obviously without the card. Apparently there is a card game in real life, but I've never heard of it, or I actually have seen it. Oh, what? It has a card? That's sick. It said no card. Wow. Okay, cool. Yes, they look like this, and the back has this kind of like bluish logo thing on it. But yeah, I didn't expect that at all. Cool. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of read this, see what it's like compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! And that kind of thing. If I really enjoy it, I will probably continue it. You can see here a little bit of an advertisement for the card game on the front here. It looks pretty interesting. A lot of pretty colors and a few colored pages there as well. There is, of course, a few animes as to it. I think that this, I think that the anime became adapted from this, but I'm not 100%. This first printing includes a limited edition PR card. Yeah, so this is, I doubt, a first edition, but still really happy to have this card. I'm never going to have it, but it just makes it more complete to me. So that is everything. That is a lot. That might be my longest haul video to date. I need to not ever do these kinds of videos again. That is way too long. But if you guys like them this long, let me know down below. I really feel like I should cut these things in half pretty soon. I don't have any other boxes on the way, but I think that I've got plenty in the meantime to tide you guys over. So hopefully I do, and next week we have another haul, but we'll continue our weekly hauls forever. How long have I had a haul every week for? Like forever, right? Like years? Oh man, I need a vacation or something. I've been grinding away. Well, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.